Hey, friends, let's talk about Jesus' prayer from the cross. My God, why have you forsaken me? Humility is required. We can't possibly understand Jesus' person, his passion, or the love relationship that he has with the Father. We can't possibly get to the depths of that. But we can know that Jesus is praying Psalm 22. Psalm 22 verse 1 says, my God, why have you forsaken me? And it seems that Matthew has Psalm 22 in mind throughout his passion narrative in chapter 27. For instance, Psalm 22, 7 through 8 reads like this. All those who see me ridicule me. They shoot out the lip. They shake the head, saying, saying he trusted in the Lord. Let him rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. Matthew 27, verse 39 to 43 reads, and those who passed by blasphemed him, wagging their heads. He trusted in God, let him deliver him now, if he will have him, for he said, I am the Son of God. Again, another reference. Psalm 22, verse 18. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. Well, Matthew records in 27:35, then they crucified him and divided his garments, casting lots, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by the prophet. They divided my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. So I just want you to recognize how Matthew 27 is filled with allusions to Psalm 22. But my main purpose today is to address this important question. Did God the Father forsake his Son? Now, many say that he did. That God, based upon Jesus' prayer, forsook him. And also playing prominently into this understanding that God the Father turned away from Jesus is an incomplete and misunderstood reading of Habakkuk, chapter 1, verse 13. The prophet writes, you are of purer eyes than to behold evil, and cannot look on wickedness. Well, that's Habakkuk 1:13a. And as you are likely aware, if there's a 13a, seems like there should be a 13b, right? Here's what the second half of Habakkuk 1:13 says. Why do you look on those who deal treacherously, and hold your tongue when the wicked devours a person more righteous than he? So you see what the prophet is doing here. He's reasoning with God. He's voicing his complaint, saying, God, come on. You're too holy to look at sinners, so why do you keep looking at sinners? So Habakkuk 1:13 does not mean what so many Christians think it does. When it comes to the cross, and this question of was the Son forsaken by the Father, I think we've got to get below the surface. It certainly looked and sounded that way, But what is the reality? It seems to me that Jesus' identification with our sin, separation and suffering is complete. In his agony, he isn't feeling the Father's presence. And yet, to whom is he speaking? He's talking to his Father. So things for us to think about. What is our picture of God? That he forsakes sinners? That he abandons his Son? See, Jesus perfectly reveals the Father's heart. And Jesus does not forsake sinners. He doesn't forsake the thief on the cross, does he? He doesn't turn away from him. He says, today you'll be with me in paradise. But as we think about our own lives, why does it sometimes seem like God is far away? What can we do when we feel like God is nowhere near? Does sin separate us from God? Now, I've thought this for years, sin separates us from God. I'm rethinking that. What if separation from God is an illusion? I encourage you to read Psalm 22 through 24. See if something occurs to you. Well, that's all for now. Leave a comment or question and join the conversation.